December 21st, Old Style December 9th, 1879, was Stalin's stated birthday. Historians have reported that evidence suggests he was actually born on December 18th, Old Style December 6th, 1878, but the former is the date that was celebrated. He was born 144 or 145 years ago, but, like Lenin, remains very relevant today. One indicator of that is how much he has continued to be attacked in anti-communist media, and by anti-communists, and the like, in general. He became a sort of symbol of socialism and communism, and rightfully so. He played a significant role in the civil war that followed the October Revolution, and a huge role in the Bolshevik Party in general. He synthesized Marxism-Leninism, crystallizing Lenin's positions that were built on the solid foundation of Marx's work. He oversaw and guided the building of socialism for the first time in history, and was instrumental in getting that started in the first place. This building commenced in the former Russian Empire, which was underdeveloped and semi-feudal, but he ensured the USSR became an industrialized powerhouse. The country would later become the first one to reach space. He led the USSR during World War II, when they defeated the fascist powers, and was more deeply involved than many realize. He was a good friend and ally to the revolutions of other countries. People saw him as embodying what the revolution had been fought for, even before some of those achievements. He earned this reputation through his relentless work in the party and for the cause, his humility, correct Marxist and Leninist positions, and other aspects. He joined the RSDLP fairly early in its life, and was a supporter of Lenin's from basically the beginning, likely being a Bolshevik before the Bolshevik faction emerged in 1903. He eventually became what you could call a right-hand man of Lenin's, and lived up to that position. Contrary to popular, anti-communist, portrayals, he generally treated party comrades well. He reportedly would listen to comrades for upwards of an hour when they needed to talk or vent, whether they were higher-up officials or rank-and-file members. He was noted to be a great listener, including while in the reins of top leadership. He would stick up for some party members when others called for their expulsion, even if they had done something wrong. In one case, even for Trotsky. When a member committed some kind of offense, he would often give them second, third, or fourth chances. Even before he assumed the top leadership position, he was always high on members' lists for elections to the Central Committee. While in that top leadership position, he heavily utilized collective decision-making, also contrary to popular claims. He offered his resignation multiple times, but this was always rejected unanimously, including when Trotsky was one of the voting members. They recognized that he was the right man for the job. Not only was he popular within the party, he also became genuinely popular among the masses. People would obtain Stalin portraits and display them proudly on their walls, often next to Lenin portraits. Local groups would erect Stalin statues and busts. His birthday was an occasion for celebration. Stalin once even passed a law barring people from naming more places after him, as it had happened so much. There may have been a sort of cult of personality around him, but he did not support or deliberately feed into it, and it was largely organic. He was a modest man, maintaining that he was merely a student of Lenin, and continued to live a modest life, just as Lenin had. He did not live luxuriously, and did not have a bunch of fancy objects. Most of his possessions were things like clothes, books, etc. His daughter Svetlana reported that he would be confused when people sent him gifts, and often gave them away to others. This is just one aspect of his behavior that demonstrates he was in his position for the right reasons. He followed, applied, and defended Lenin's line to the end. And like Lenin, he combated revisionism in the party and firmly suppressed counter-revolutionary elements. He did what he had to do, even though he didn't always necessarily like it. This was crucial for maintaining the gains of the revolution and for advancing it. Anti-communists, and even some people who call themselves communists, may say otherwise, but it's clear that Stalin was a great leader in general and a great communist leader in particular. In fact, that is basically why the bourgeoisie and their servants demonize him so severely. They want you to think capitalism is the only option. His example, along with the party and the Soviet masses, showed that a better society and a better world are possible, where exploiters can no longer exploit, and the system is designed for the common people. Marxism-Leninism provides people the tools to make that a reality. which is an unpleasant prospect for the exploiters. Despite the efforts of Khrushchev, Gorbachev, Trotsky, their supporters, the bourgeoisie, their media, and anti-communists everywhere, Stalin's true legacy still remains. The USSR may have fallen, due in large part to the revisionist policies of his successors, but the legacies of Lenin and of Stalin will never die.